Jeremiah 25:11 says, "And this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment, and these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years." However, Judah did not serve Babylon 70 years, nor did the other nations referred to in verse 11. The 70-year prophecy, instead, points to the time that Judah would be a desolation and an astonishment. Serving the king of Babylon is secondary, and the 70-year prophecy is better understood by omitting this incidental fact as a parenthetical statement. So it would read, "And this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment 70 years." This is how the prophecy should be understood. To verify this, let's look at the timeline. Notice in verse 12, the punishment of the king of Babylon and his nation will happen when the 70 years are accomplished. This happened in 539 BC when Cyrus conquered Babylon, and then allowed the exiled Jews to return home to Judah. 70 years before 539 BC was 609 BC. That's when Josiah, king of Judah, was killed, and the land of Judah became a desolation and an astonishment, when its kings began to be appointed by foreign nations. It was Pharaoh Necho, king of Egypt, that killed Josiah. Judah was not under Babylonian control until a few years later, in 605 BC, when Nebuchadnezzar defeated Pharaoh Necho in battle. So Judah was only serving Babylon for 66 years of their 70-year desolation, not all 70. What about the other nations? How long did they serve Babylon? Edom started around 587 BC, so Edom only served Babylon about 48 years, not 70. The Ammonites were conquered sometime in the 580s BC, so they only served Babylon for 40-some years, not 70. Tyre surrendered peaceably and agreed to serve Babylon around 573 BC, so Tyre only served Babylon about 34 years, also not 70. So we can see that the 70-year prophecy in Jeremiah chapter 25 cannot be referring to the length of time that Judah or any of the other nations would serve Babylon, but the 70 years refers to the desolation and astonishment in the land of Judah that started back when King Josiah was killed, and Judah began to be under foreign rule, first Egypt and then Babylon. Finally, let's notice 2 Chronicles 36:21. "To fulfill the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah, until the land had enjoyed its Sabbaths. All the days that it lay desolate, it kept Sabbath, to fulfill 70 years.